follow her. Whoa, who do we have there? So we've got a special athlete today, and she has what some people might call a limitation, but what I'm going to call almost the unlimiter, because mechanically speaking, what this leg is doing is something completely. It's revolutionary in the fact that this is how the foot and ankle and knee should actually work. This is Amy Winters. Say hi. And she is headed to Badwater this year to run the world's toughest ultramarathon. So this is one tough little lady, and what we just did was we actually corrected her foot position with her right foot. And as you can see, with the prosthetic that she runs in, is that it's in this C shape, and it allows for what the ankle and foot should be doing, and knee, is with muscle tendon elasticity when ground reaction occurs. When ground reaction occurs, we should act as a shock absorber. So as I land, it's like I'm absorbing the shock and the ability to come right back off the ground. Versus if I land on my heel, how much more inefficient was that, and did that suck? Okay, I can feel the pounding through my heel. So my ankle joint's taking the brunt of that shock. I feel it actually more up in the front of my quad and my knee. Okay, and this is the typical things we see with runners where they're going wrong. So for somebody who's going to go over the course of roughly 135 miles through the desert heat, we want to find the most optimal way for her to get across that desert, or even you who does not have the use of such a kick-ass little leg that's going to allow her more freedom and less energy expenditure because of the way that it's designed. So when we land on that heel, what's happening is we actually have to roll through and produce more force or muscle contraction in order to make up for what we could be doing with less muscle contraction and more muscle tendon elasticity. So it's kind of a cool little tool for a cool little athlete, and we're just happy we could help. Did you know? I mean, you picked up. So when you first came, you had a bit of a heel strike going on. It was your normal gait, and then immediately, like I was telling Dennis, your coach, was you've already picked this up with very little instruction, and you understood it. Like, that's very odd for especially an ultra runner to kind of pick something up that quick. But did you feel the difference in it?
I did feel the difference, and I'm actually, kind of lucky because I have good coaches, and I am a good listener, especially if I'm going to benefit from it. But I did realize a definite difference as far as muscle fatigue when I was running, and I kind of stayed up on the front of my foot. So I did notice a big difference as far as definitely muscle fatigue. I'm kind of stuck in the slow mode, so I don't really sense the speed yet, which I'm sure I'm working with Dennis, I will feel that in time.
The irony in your intervals that we were doing, though, is that you actually were getting faster as we kept going.
But I will say that, like, the prosthetic and everything, because I ran before I lost my leg, and it's definitely a lot harder with the prosthetic.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But I will say that because I'm doing the CrossFit, that I am getting stronger. Therefore, the muscles where they're cut, it's actually helping me be stronger, run straighter, and be able to run faster.
And you're just not compensating as much all over the place, right? Yeah, which is just one of the general things that we see when we get people to start CrossFitting and lifting heavier weight and really getting stronger. And as you can see, for those of you that aren't, a lot of the women out there are really afraid of doing CrossFit because they want to get big and bulky.
I will say, I too was worried.
She's a very beautiful woman, but she is not big and bulky.
I will say I was worried about getting the CrossFit booty, and just because I have the right coaches, they know what they're doing. I mean, I'm not going to bulk up.
You can't. It's an impossible thing for somebody who likes to run as much as she likes to run.
I was worried about the CrossFit booty. I was hoping the booty would come up here, but I'm all good.
So, Amy works out at CrossFit Garden City.
Woohoo! CrossFit Garden City.
In Long Island with Dennis Marshall.
Yep, we got
And
Dennis Marshall on lead.
So Amy Winters will be running Badwater Ultramarathon on July 13th, 14th.
16th.
Oh, sorry, my bad. 16th, 17th, 18th. We would predict she's going to finish on the 17th, not the 18th.
We're gonna finish on the 7th.
Yes, on the 17th. Okay, so if you'd like, there will be a live feed kind of going in on that. You can go check that out off of the Badwater site.
And
At
we're
any
gonna-
rate, this is one badass athlete with one badass little toy. And
We're gonna say CrossFit Garden City and CrossFit Endurance is gonna help get us up to the top of the mountain for sure.
That's right. All right, see ya. Cool.